Ever wonder why wild animals don't seem to choke on fish bones? Here's the shocking truth: they actually do, way more than you'd think. Picture this scene in the African savanna. A hungry hyena spots a fresh tilapia by the riverbank. It lunges forward, jaws wide open, and devours the entire fish in seconds. But here's what we don't see sometimes: that hyena walks away with a sharp bone lodged deep in its throat. The thing is, when wild animals get fish bones stuck, there's no animal hospital to rush to. They either tough it out for days until the bone works its way down, or they simply die. It's brutal survivor bias at work. We only see the animals that didn't choke because the unlucky ones are already gone. Now here's where it gets interesting. Fish have evolved some nasty defense mechanisms over millions of years. Many species sport razor, sharp spines on their dorsal and tail fins. These aren't just for show. When a predator tries to swallow them, these spines can pierce right through the attacker's jaw or cheek like tiny daggers. But animals do have some advantages over humans when it comes to eating fish. First, they're munching on raw, living fish while we eat cooked ones. Fresh fish bones are covered in a protective membrane that keeps them smooth and slippery. When we cook fish, heat destroys this membrane, making the bones hard and sharp as needles. Living fish meat also wraps tightly around the bones like a natural protective sleeve. Even if a bone does poke into the throat, the surrounding flesh acts like the tail feathers on a dart, helping guide everything smoothly downward into the stomach. Once it reaches the stomach, game over for the bone. Stomach acid with a pH of 3.5 can dissolve almost anything, including bones. Scavengers like vultures have even more powerful stomach acid, can break down an entire sheep leg bone. A tiny fish bone doesn't stand a chance against that chemical furnace. Cooked fish tells a completely different story. The meat becomes loose and flaky, easily separating from the bones. Without that protective meat wrapping, bones get exposed and ready to cause trouble. The fish meat slides down while the naked bone gets caught in your throat like a fishing hook. Here's another plot twist. Humans walk upright, which means our heads face forward at a 90-degree angle. This creates a sharp bend in our throat where food has to make a sudden turn to reach the stomach. It's like a speed bump designed to catch fish bones. Wild animals have straight digestive tracts running from mouth to stomach, creating a smooth highway for food to travel. Birds have mastered some pretty clever fish-eating techniques. Watch a pelican at the marina. It positions the fish head down in its beak, then tilts its head back and swallows in one swift motion. The faster the gulp, the less chance for bones to cause problems. Sometimes you can actually see a live fish wriggling in the bird's stretched throat as it slides down. Their throats produce special mucus that coats the fish like shrink wrap, ensuring everything glides smoothly into the stomach. All birds have two stomachs: the glandular stomach that produces acid, and the muscular gizzard that crushes bones and scales like a powerful garbage disposal. That tough chicken gizzard you've eaten shows just how strong these crushing muscles can be. Even with these adaptations, birds sometimes mess up. Greed can be their downfall when they try to swallow fish too large for their throats. Brown bears during salmon season have their own strategy. Picture this: a massive grizzly standing in rushing Alaskan waters as thousands of salmon swim upstream. These bears are incredibly picky eaters when fish are abundant. They'll stomp on a salmon, bursting it like a water balloon, then slurp up the fatty roe. Next, they munch on the belly meat, which has the highest fat content. The bony back and tail get tossed aside like unwanted leftovers. Smart bears avoid the dangerous parts altogether. But here's the harsh reality of nature. From an evolutionary perspective, individual animals choking on fish bones doesn't matter at all. Nature operates on a simple principle. The unlucky ones die, the lucky ones pass on their genes. No participation trophies in the wild. Evolution doesn't care about preventing individual deaths. It only cares about which traits help species survive as a group. Those better at avoiding fish bones live longer and have more babies. Those that don't, well, they become part of the food chain themselves. So, next time you carefully pick through your fish dinner, remember you're using one of humanity's greatest evolutionary advantages: opposable thumbs. Wild animals don't have the luxury of emergency rooms or delicate fingers to remove stuck bones. They live and die by the rules of survival, where every meal could be their last.